Hello and welcome to Young, Gifted and Broke. I'm Magenta Divine and this is the show that delivers the hottest talent to your door every week. Tonight, we get enlightened by Jason Taylor, bullied by Darren Mapletoft, scorched by the work of Lorna Lucas, and get celestial with the necessary angels. This week we have two professionals, every man's dream babe singer Louise and the lass from Lancs DJ Sarah Cox. And we've got singers practicing their scales on our casting couch. Even the most useless school careers officer wouldn't advise an apprenticeship as a fitter and turner at a shipyard as a good route into a career in design. But that's how Jason Taylor started out, studying for his art A-level at night and eventually getting a degree in 3D design. Now a fully fledged designer, he likes to use ordinary objects in his work, like turning a scrubbing brush into a CD holder, so you can keep your CDs clean and tidy.
Hi, I'm Jason Taylor and I design and make lights. I started my work at foundation level, working with tin lids, sculptures, and this developed on my degree course, working with familiar objects and making them into lights and different bits of furniture. And now I've started my business designing lights. I think when people see a simple design, they think I could do that. It's really simple to make, but it takes a long while to come up with that idea and to make it so simple, but function just as well sometimes. Mass-produced objects is something I really go for because I like the irony of making a mass-produced object into more of a batch-produced object. The main point I get across my work is reuse, and something else can be used for another purpose. My inspiration starts from shopping, which fulfills one part of me, and going to DIY shops and discount stores and just picking maybe potential objects, normally cheap objects because it's always a risk whether I'll use them at the end of the day, and then bringing them back to my studio and experimenting with them, combining different objects with others to maybe create a new object. And most of these are lighting objects that come out with it. When I first did the cheese grater light, I was surprised that no one else had come up with the idea, or if they had, I hadn't seen it. And that idea came really quickly, and the reaction from other people saying, wow, what a simple light, and really effective. My CD light came from a commission for a cafe who wanted lights with a musical theme. So I experimented with the CDs, and I had a friend who helped me with the actual shape of the object. People are spending a lot more money on lighting, and especially maybe decorative lights and ambient lights, and obviously to create a mood in the room and things like that. So I definitely fit into that marketplace. And with some of my industrial type lights that I make, obviously the loft dwellers are going for more minimal lights as well. And obviously they want to stand out from the crowd as well, so I'm obviously trying to help people stand out from the crowd by buying off original artists. My future hopes for the business is obviously to grow and work in a team of designers and have a bigger company, and also work on bigger jobs. If you like the look of my work, I'm looking for people to buy and sell my work across Europe. So if you're interested, please get in touch with Young, Gifted and Broke. Thanks.
Hi, my name's Alexi. I'm a 19-year-old singer-songwriter. I've just finished putting together my 3-track demo. I'm looking for some interest of record companies or management. The track I'm about to perform for you now is written by myself, and it's called Together We'll Fly.
We're gonna find the strength somehow. We're gonna find out what it means. Though it's funny how the losers say love is no better dreams. We've gotta keep this fire burning. We've gotta keep this flame alive. I knew we'd make it through the pain, the secrets and the lies.
We've got 4 young singers on the casting couch tonight, and here to advise them is a woman who caused mass depression amongst the entire male population of Britain when she married footballer Jamie Redknapp. Yes, it's Uber babe Louise Nerding. She seems incapable of making a dud record. She's just released her 3rd album, and her latest single, Two Faced, went straight into the charts at number 3, even though she'd had a 2-year break. But our couchies get double help tonight because we've also got Sarah Cox here. She's just taken over from Zoe Ball as Radio 1's breakfast DJ, but she also knows a thing or two about pop stars. She's been out with several, and she had a go at being a pop star herself.
Hi, I'm Louise and I'm at Mardi Gras 2000.
A grey, I need one of them now. Hello? Hello? Hello, I'm Sarah Cox, Radio 1 breakfast DJ, former barmaid. I was a model and got cast into the girly show. Are you alright? Sorry. There's not many, you know, you've got to get what you can in this day and age. This is Snoop.
Hello, my name's James Henry. I'm a singer-songwriter and I'm here for 3 reasons. 1, I'd like some help in mastering an album I've already produced. 2, I'd like to meet some other like-minded musicians. And 3, I'd like to sell some songs. The song I'm going to sing is track 2 on the album, which is called Where Is My Angel? I wanted nothing more, I had perfection in my life. I never knew before, I took my beautiful wife. I lit the garden path to harmony, shoveling out the weeds of her own ways.
And Louise and Sarah will be back to share some of their accumulated wisdom in part 2. In the meantime, if you want to help anyone that you've seen on the show tonight, or even take part yourself, this is how you do it. You can call this number, 0901 4000 717, email us at ygb@hewland.co.uk, or you can write to YGB PO Box 91, Kentish Town, London NW5 3WQ. As many films have shown, the human imagination is usually more powerful than anything you can put on screen, a belief which informs the work of director Darren Mapletoft. He likes to use certain strong imagery and then just let the audience's imagination run amok. In his short film Bullies, there's not even any dialogue to help you along. So not for film fans who need a car chase every 3.8 seconds and to see at least 17 people blown away.
Hi, my name's Darren and I'm a filmmaker. The film opens on this nightmarish train journey, and I wanted to kind of set up this otherworldly, hyper-real kind of feel with it. We've got this obese businessman that's sort of lolling spittle all over the place, and then it's just an empty carriage, and it's in darkness. The lights are all flickering on and off. There's strange electrical discharges going on, but at the back of the shot, there's this one individual that's bathed in his own individual sort of bright white light. The idea for Bully actually came from my sister, who wrote the original short story. She was working as a chambermaid in a hotel, and one day had a very vivid daydream of a strange man with a full dental kit sitting in the bathroom, and it scared her so much she didn't clean that room for the rest of the week. Because of the nature of the film, it was very short. I wanted to sort of get straight in there, get the message straight across that this bully hadn't changed. He was a complete monster still to this day. Bully, as a film, was an experiment specifically with the non-dialogue narrative, and it works really well. I've had various types of people, not just film buffs, commenting that they liked it, and when I've started talking to them about the non-dialogue and the way I've done it, So a lot of people haven't even picked up that there's no talking in it because there's just so much going on in the music. Well, if you've liked anything you've seen there and you want to help, get in touch with us through Young, Gifted and Broke. And if anybody knows Stephen Burkhoff and Terence Stamp, they've really got to read our new script. It was written for them.
Well, that's it for part one. Coming up in part two, a flame-haired woman who managed to survive a gypsy's curse and some very necessary music. Welcome back. At the age of 10, furniture designer Lorna Lucas was cursed by a gypsy, which possibly explains why she's ended up with a love of all things 70s, generally considered to be the decade that style forgot. Still, as she wants to create pieces which are sexy and funny, she probably couldn't have chosen a better influence. What could be more laughably sexy than a Farrah Fawcett hairdo, boob tubes, skin-tight flares and 6-inch platforms?
My name is Lorna Lucas and I'm a furniture designer. After travelling to Europe about 6 or 7 years ago, I decided I was going to harness my energies into the art world. I decided to go for a foundation course at Salford University where I did interior design, but thought that I could do a lot more with my talents and decided to go into furniture design, which is what I'm doing now. I work on a 3D basis, which I think can work hand in hand with fashion, and I think that furniture can move in that direction. It doesn't have to be the way it's been for years, staid industry, where everything's the same, it's all Chesterfield, scrolled arms, boring. And I think that you should have the same choice in furniture that you do have in fashion. Furniture design for me is that I get to see my pieces designed by me in other people's house and people getting pleasure out of them. I like to use fun fabrics, not so much the tacky furs or anything. I really like to go into the texture of fabrics. I feel that I use fabrics in a way that they're not meant to be used, which is really good. If I was to describe my work, I would basically describe it, and it's the word I use most often, as funky. There are a lot of long sweeping curves, curvaceous forms, some people call it sexy. Colour and shape and form are the most important things to me. Colour's a really important theme in my work, and I do think that I take risks, but when you see everything together, it's a good risk. I like the texture of fake furs, but not using them in a tacky way, putting them maybe as like a cocoon or something you can snuggle up into. But my favourite fabric is definitely leather, if you call it a fabric. I'd put it on every piece if I could, but I've got to go to people's taste, so at the end of the day I'll use whatever they want, whether it be Draylon or linen, but I'll often mix it in with the leather to get the end result that I want. Well, up to now it has been quite a bit of a financial struggle, but I am doing what I want to do, so it's been worth it. In the future I'd really like to get over to Italy with some of my pieces and gain the respect of some design company, because I really do think they are style leaders in the furniture market, and they've got a style which not only is cool and sleek, but it's also often with a sense of fun behind it. Basically, I'd love to see this furniture in houses all over Britain. So if you like what you've seen, please get in contact with Young, Gifted and Broke. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Nama Hillman. I'm looking for a record deal or a publishing deal, and this song is called Further. I'd like to swim the widest ocean. I know I could drown if I tried, 'cause no matter how far I'd swim, I could always swim just a little bit further. Just a little bit further.
Before we crack on with another Brokester, it's time to return to the professionals and another casting couch victim.
I think if you want to get into the music industry, then to send your demos off to as many record companies as you can. Do as many live small gigs, it doesn't matter how small, in whatever club, and just get practicing, singing live, getting the confidence to go out there and sort of push yourself at everybody, really. So good luck.
If you be yourself, and if you learn that you can say no to things as well. So at first on the girly show, you know, I was there in many a lime green plunging neckline, you know what I mean? And you do anything, so I'm telling you, so you do anything. But you've got to learn that eventually that you've got the right to say no to things. I quite literally fell into it. You have your people who work very hard to do it, Jane Middlemiss, Zoe Ball, who were researchers and worked on programmes behind the scenes. That's a really good way of getting into it. As long as you believe in yourself, yeah, but as long as you be yourself as well.
My name is Rosie Brown. I'm a singer and a songwriter. What I need is exposure, possibly a record deal. I'm going to sing for you Love It, Hate It. 8 o'clock, late April, 5 o'clock, mid-November.
The Stone Roses, the Happy Mondays, the Hacienda. Remember those lazy, crazy, hazy days when Manchester was renamed Madchester for its legendary rave scene? If you can remember, you probably weren't taking enough drugs. Could our next band be the catalyst for Madchester 2000? The Necessary Angels have been touring all over the country for the past 2 years to ecstatic audiences. But be warned, if you want to see them, promoters tend to get rather dyslexic around this band. Their biggest gig was advertised as the Mercenary Angles.
Hi, this is Tim, our lead guitarist, Steve, our rhythm guitarist, Matt, our bass player, Sean, our drummer. I'm Rosie, I'm the vocalist, and we are the Necessary Angels. Well, the band got together a few years ago. I joined about a year ago, and it was mainly Tim, Steve and Matt to start off with. We're all from Manchester. They found me through an advert in the Loot, and we found Sean. We also advertised for another drummer, and we did auditions, and Sean's been with us about 8 months now. In the future, well, we want to go to the top really, but we want to build ourselves up in Manchester, get really well known in Manchester and locally, and hopefully go further with our recordings, because we're doing quite well with those, and get all our new songs, because we're writing quite a lot of new songs as well, get those down on CD, and hopefully go to the top, play some big venues, get known. I think our sound's actually changing. We used to be, I'd say, described as indie pop rock, but now I've been described as sort of 70s West Coast groove, so I think we've changed quite a bit. This song's really about a relationship that's gone wrong. It's called Dead and Buried, so check it out.
Let me your thoughts about us. Let me know. And give me a reason to want you before I let you go. Take me down and tell me that it's over. Take me down
looking for now really is a record deal. We feel that we're ready for it, so anybody out there who's got any other ideas, then get in touch with the show.
Well, that was The Necessary Angels. And remember, if you'd like to help any of the people you've seen tonight, you can call this number, 0901 4000 717. Email us at ygb@hewland.co.uk, or you can write to YGB, PO Box 91, Kentish Town, London, NW5 3WQ. Well, that's it for this week, but remember, if you think you can make a success of any of the young hopefuls you've seen tonight, get on the phone or the computer or even pick up a pen. And I'll see you next week for another selection of people who are young and gifted and broke.